Dudes, what's up? I used to have zero self-esteem. None. It was awful. I always felt like I was faking everything, like I was ill-equipped, like I didn't know enough, like I shouldn't have been anywhere. Lousy. That's a good word for it, I guess. Anyway, I went from having no self-esteem to being so absolutely, incredibly in love with myself that I will never not choose me again. And it's so weird because it's like I'm still awkward. I still say the wrong thing. My head and my mouth, they don't really connect. Like I have a filter, but sometimes I'm like super insensitive, which is really weird because I don't want to like hurt your feelings. I don't want to make you feel shitty. That would make me feel shitty. I don't want people feeling shitty. I want us thinking critically or laughing. Really, that's what I want. So it's weird that I say things sometimes that are super insensitive. So I've lost my train of thought, man. There's a sound. Not that sound, the other sound. Oh, so like I'm still awkward. I still say the wrong thing. Oh, I see where I got confused. All right. But it's like now I can just be that way because that's who I am and I don't feel awkward or like I need to tone it down or hide away or something like that. Like I can be me in all of my awkwardness and what have you, but now that I love me, it's like it's okay. What is that sound? I think it was a dog drinking water. Where's Mina? Sophie? Mina? 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 Mina, Mina, my Mina, Willa, Mina. Fee-fi, Fofina, Mina! There she is. I saw her wagging her tail. Anyway, it's just like, it's really nice being here. Before, I was always like, I was drowning in, I was so... it's hard to put into words. It's like I was drowning in survival mode. I was always so tense and rigid and nervous and worried and anxious and afraid. A ball of all of that. All the time. Stress, anxiety, fear, especially of other people. People are so scary. Or they were. Realistically, I know that, like, humans are quite dastardly, but also, and it's one of those weird things I consider weird about me. Because, like, I'm so anti-established systems, anti-society. Oh, it's lightning. Pretty. I have a negative view of people. I don't mean to. it's just like proven over and over again how ridiculous it all is. But anyway, through all of that and my disdain for hope, because hope leads to disappointment, and I will do just about anything to avoid that, I still, for some unknown reason, hope. Or know, or something, that there is kindness within others. It's there. I see it. I don't think we see it enough, and it's definitely not shown like in the media, in our shows, in the movies, in the video games. Like, there's not video games where you just love everybody. That would be a great storyline for a Yoshi game, just saying. And Yoshi is being unfairly phased out of that franchise, let's be honest, which is, crap. I'd play a video game where the entire purpose is just like gaining friendship and loving others and like being a community and stuff. But then why play a video game? Let's just like do that in real life. Let's build communities and grow food and take care of each other and love ourselves and others as well as. And all is one, and life is abundant, and it's all around, and everything flows and changes in seasons, and we're here through it all, and it's just, life, man. Do you hear me? Do you understand? Do you feel what I'm trying to convey? And the great thing about kindness is it exists within you, and the more you spread it around, the more it reverberates out, and then it comes back to you. And sometimes things suck less, and you're like, dude, life can be it can be amazing, especially when you live so close to the ocean. But also, like we are here. And we are accumulating stuff and trash, and we live in this place, and it builds up, and like we have to take care of it, or it's not gonna work out. Did you see WALL-E? Did you see why the humans had to leave Earth and they left the robots behind? Because it was all trash and nothing would grow. When I saw that movie, I was like, dude, this is the future. We are well on our way to that future, in case anybody's keeping tabs. Anywho, I haven't been on much. My whole life has changed. It was different before I was all like, I'm lost in this darkness, and maybe if I talk about it, I can help others out. We can all help each other out together. And I was always like too afraid to talk. And isn't it funny? I've been so afraid of my own voice this whole time, and now everybody's like, dude, shut up, and I'm like, no. So anyway, that's an interesting perspective. And another interesting thing I noticed, I used to always sit in the car. I was too afraid to go in places, especially crowded places, because it was like I could it always felt like I would get really hot, and then I felt like pins and needles all over my body. Not like my body was going to sleep, but like I was super uncomfortable, and I wanted that feeling to stop. And sometimes if I stay there in that situation, it gets worse, and then my head gets swirly, and sometimes I'll get a migraine, and it's just, not a good idea. So before, I was always like, I'm not going in if it's crowded. I've spent so much of my life, like, sitting in the car. So many people spend so much time sitting at stoplights. I've spent so much time sitting in the car. So much time. I've gotten some of my best sleep in the car. In the parked car, even. It's just crazy. And now I'm like, the car stops, I jump out. Usually I have to pee, so, I've got to take care of that. So I'm jumping out, going in. And I was thinking about it the other day. Mom and I were going to lunch, and she's like, it's a little crowded. And I'm like, is it? Because I wasn't even thinking about how crowded it was. My mission was, I'm hungry, I need food now. And I was going to get it no matter what. So I wasn't thinking about how many people are here at all. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Let's go in. Let's get food. And she said, okay. And then she parked the car. And I was like, oh, I used to be afraid to go in when it was crowded. I used to. I just got over this in 2019. My whole life has been this way. And now I keep forgetting that that's how it was before. So, anyway, my other part of that was, so now I have this self-confidence and self-esteem and I'm so awesome, woo, And now, before when I didn't have self-esteem, I would always get people who would say things like, you don't have self-esteem. They were very obvious. They would point it out and I would get defensive. Yes, I do. I totally didn't. I knew I didn't, but I was like, how dare you? How dare you point it out to me? And then now I have all this confidence and I'm often getting told, actually, this is what I get told. It's two distinct responses. Some people will say, oh my gosh, you have such a calming presence. I love it when you're here because I feel so calm and safe with you. I've heard that several times. And I'm like, me? Me? Really? That's how you feel with me around? And they're like, yeah, you just have this really calming, serene, there's another word, I cannot remember. There's something along those lines, and every time I've heard it, I'm like, me? That's my first reaction. And then other people will say, you're a narcissist. You worship yourself. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it because I like to ponder things from all angles. Why? Even if it's not how I feel, I'm trying to figure out why others feel the way they do so I can understand how their mind works, because that's important to me. And I'm like, shame and guilt are not things that I feel anymore. You can't shame me back into not loving myself. And how dare you for trying? Very uncool. And it's when I don't fully understand a word, I like to research the crap out of it until I fully understand whatever it is. And I've been reading about narcissists, and I just do not believe that I am one myself. I do love me greatly. And I have this shadowy side that we all have. And before, the shadow felt like an intruder, like something that I needed to get rid of. Like it wasn't even me. And it was always there, sabotaging my life. And then eventually I learned that this shadow is me. It's all of the unloved parts. It's every shame, it's every guilt, it's everything it's every disappointment, it's everything. It's all that stuff. It's what we push down and hide away. But ultimately, it's us. When I made that revelation, my shadow and I became comrades. We are on this mission of unlearning and relearning together. So, my point is, no matter what, no matter where you are, what level you are at, or how amazing you feel, or how miserable, there's always going to be someone there that is going to try and make you, they're going to try and make you feel different than how you feel. They're going to be mean about it. And my point is, you just gotta feel what's best for you. Being miserable all the time as a conscious decision, that's not getting you anywhere. I do feel miserable a lot. I do, indeed. It happens. I don't mean for it to happen. And I try to examine why I feel whatever negative thing that I am feeling, just as I examine the other side, because when I find something that makes me burst with passion and happiness, and I want to keep doing that, I want to find related stuff so that I keep feeling that burst. We just have to sit with ourselves and figure out where we're going. Because I don't think hardly anybody really knows. We're just kind of doing the best we can with what we have to work with. So I ran out of spit so long ago. So I'm gonna go get a drink. And I'll see you all. Yeah. I wish we could get on the ball with telepathy. I think that would be a good idea. Then there would be less misunderstandings and less talking, which is cool because words coming out of the mouth is hard sometimes. I'm not sending you love, because we are love. That's just it. We're love. We're energy. We're one. We're energy. I'm repeating myself. And good night.